You left a relationship, but somehow it still lives inside you. In the quiet moments when you finally slow down, that old voice still tells you you are not doing enough. In the way you second guess every choice you make, or feel guilty for resting. You are free on the outside, but inside their voice still runs the show. That's what invisible control feels like. And it doesn't end when they walk away. It ends when you stop carrying their voice as your truth. That is the part that keeps you overdoing, overthinking, and doubting your own intuition long after a relationship has ended. But here's the good news. You can unlearn that voice. Hello, beautiful soul. I am Ilse. For 15 years, I have worked with more than 10,000 people, reading their auras, helping them clear energetic imprints of the control, and guiding them back to self-trust and divine flow. And there's one pattern I see again and again. Even when you leave control on the outside, you keep living under it on the inside. Today, I want to show you 3 tips on how not to be so hard on yourself, so you can rebuild your self-trust, reopen your heart again, and return to peace your soul has been waiting for. So take a deep breath and let's begin. Tip number 1. Recognize the voice that isn't yours. After control, your mind often repeats the tone you once lived under. It becomes like an internal supervisor, constantly judging, correcting, comparing. But that voice isn't your truth. It is the echo of survival. One of my clients who had experienced control under spiritual cult told me she couldn't rest without guilt. Even on peaceful days she would hear, "You should be doing more. Resting won't give you any results. You have to reach your goals, and you need to stay productive." She heard those words everywhere, even when she was traveling with her family. Every time she slowed down, she felt guilty for not producing or sharing her spiritual knowledge. When we looked at her aura, the energy around her shoulders and head was dark and foggy, even though she was a deeply spiritual woman. She had unknowingly allowed the voice from the past to create a cloud in her energy. It was the imprint of her past, the voice of her spiritual leader, still echoing in her energy field. And maybe you have felt that too, that inner pressure that sounds so convincing. It is just an old pattern playing itself out. So next time when you hear this voice activating inside you, pause. Take a slow breath in, check in with your body, and repeat. All is well, I am safe, it's just the voice from my past. That simple awareness breaks the spell. It reminds you and your nervous system that you are not in the danger anymore. You are free now. Let's move on to the tip number 2. Redefine strength as softness. Many kind-hearted women confuse strength with hardness. You hold it together, you stay strong, you do what's needed. Because in the past, during those controlling relationships, that was the only way to survive. But now, as you step into new beginnings, you are free now from the control. And you can't keep being strong all the time anymore. It's exhausting and it blocks your flow. I had a client who had happily left a controlling partner and had been in a loving relationship for more than a year. She came to me and said, I have to heal this pattern of always needing to be strong. I don't know how to be soft. She realized this pattern came from her past and was still influencing her new relationship. Her new partner would often say to her, "You can relax now. You are not in the survival mode. You can count on me." But it was hard for her to trust that. She couldn't cry anymore. She was blocking her emotions and energy without even realizing it. We did deep energy work together, safe tears, prayers, and frequency balancing. And through that process, she came to a beautiful realization. Real strength is gentle. She understood that softness doesn't make her weak. It makes her whole. I believe it takes an incredible courage to stay open after you have been hurt. That's exactly why I created a program for spiritual women to rebuild self-trust after controlling relationships. To see if working with me is your next step starts with a pressure-free conversation. The link to book a clarity call is in the description box below. To sum up the second tip, redefine strength as softness. When you feel yourself tensing, remember, real strength is allowing yourself to feel again and trusting that your heart can hold both pain and love. Now let's move on to the final third tip. Balance giving and receiving. After control, many women find it easy to overgive, to care, to support, to hold space for everyone else. It's how we once felt safe. If I give enough, maybe I will be loved. If I keep helping, maybe I won't be abandoned. But the same pattern that makes you overgive often blocks from receiving. You might give endlessly, but when someone tries to give back, you shrink or say, "I'm okay, I'm fine." One of my clients, let's call her Lena, has lived through this. She has left a controlling partner years ago and was slowly rebuilding her life. Her parents wanted to buy her a car. They noticed she missed driving and exploring new places. She refused that gift for more than 10 times. Not because she didn't want the car, but because she couldn't let herself to accept it. She told me, "I didn't earn it. I should be able to buy it myself." When we went deeper, we found the root of that no. Her former partner used to tell her that relying on others, even for joy, for gifts, for love, was a sign of weakness. So she built a thought pattern around that. If I accept something, I'm not good enough. She began to believe that her worth can only grow through effort, independence, and achievement, never through love, through emotional support, or energy exchange. She forgot that receiving is not the dependence, but its connection. And yet she gave so much to everyone around her, her time, her care, her energy. Overgiving was her way of proving her value, but it left her exhausted, closed off from the love that wanted to flow to her. When we work together, we balance her earth and divine energies, healing that old belief from her body and her energy field. And something shifted. She accepted her parents' gift. She said yes, and it opened her energy. Healing began with one simple act: receiving. Compliments, rest, help, pleasure. Each thank you without guilt rebuilt her self-trust. Because every time you allow yourself to receive, you tell your soul, your divine essence, "I am worthy of love. as I am. So my invitation to you is this. This week, allow yourself to receive something without guilt, without explaining it. Let someone help you, compliment you, care for you. Breathe, open, and simply say thank you. Because when you receive with an open heart, you remind your soul that love flows both ways, giving and receiving. Beautiful soul, you have already done the hardest part. You left control. Now your work is to stop carrying it inside of you. Be patient with yourself. The same gentleness you have given to everyone else is now the medicine your own heart needs. Take this as your sign to move from reflection to action. I have created a program specifically for spiritual women who are ready to rebuild self-trust after controlling or emotionally draining relationships, to help you reconnect with your intuition, your strengths, and your divine flow. To see if working with me is your next step starts with a conversation. It is a clarity call where I will ask you a couple of questions about where you are, where you want to be, and what has been stopping you from getting there. It is simple, no pressure conversation, just a moment of truth between two souls, to see if this path is right for you. The link to book your clarity call is in the description box below. And I would love to hear from you. Share what touched you in the comments, and I will personally reply to everyone. Thank you.